Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have another Dropzone Commander battle report for you today. United Colonies of Mankind versus Shaltari Tribes, 2,500 points. We are playing the Intel mission from the main rulebook. Each building has a marker in it. When we are occupying that building, we roll a d6. On a 2 through a 5, we score a point for our faction. On a 6, it becomes an objective that we may then leave the table with. And on a 1, it explodes as a booby trap and is removed. So, that's the table. We will be right back with armies. First up, Josh is going to walk us down the United Colonies of Mankind half of the battle.
So for my air wing, I have 2 Archangels that are individual squads from each other. For my field command, I have a Kodiak with a level 5 that's a general, a Ferrum, and 4 Wolverine A's. Then for my first armored formation, I have 2 squads of 3 Sabres in Condors with missile pods, and 3 longbows in Raven Bees with missile pods. Then for my second armored formation, I have 2 squads of 3 Sabres in Condors with missile pods and an Eagle gunship for support. For my expeditionary group, I have 2 stands of Praetorians in a Raven A and 4 stands of Praetorian snipers in a Bear APC. Then for my Legionnaire Corps, I have 6 stands of Legionnaires. They are in Bear APCs and they're sharing a Condor that has missile pods. And then 3 Rapiers in a Condor that has missile pods. Then for my light infantry formation, I have 2 stands of Legionnaires in Raven A's. I have 2 squads of those. And then 3 Rapiers in another Condor with missile pods.
Alright, so that is the UCM contribution to warfare today. Next up, we've got the Shaltari Tribes, 2,500 points. For the gate pool, we have a Gaia Heavy Gate, we have 3 Eden Medium Gates, 4 Haven Terra Gates, and then the 2 Haven Terra Gates. I may have said that twice. Spirit Gates and Haven Terra Gates. I don't know what I said. You guys know because you're watching on YouTube. For my command group, my Council of Elders, I have a Coyote with a level 4 commander and a squad of 2 Ocelots. For my first sword point, I have 2 squads of 3 Tomahawks and 1 squad of 3 Kukris. Second sword point is 2 groups of 2 Tarantula Walkers. For my War Fist, I have a Dream Snare, 2 Jaguars in a squad together, and then I have 2 Caimans that are also attached to that group. Have for my first infantry group, or my only infantry group rather, I have 2 squads of 2 Braves and a Totem Warspire. My spear tip is 4 Yaris with light ion cannons and 2 bases of Firstborns. And then rounding out the list is my air wing, which is 2, where are they hiding at? There we go. 2 individual war spears. So we'll have quite the air show going on today. So those are the armies. There's the table. Recon coming up next. Turn 1 rolls to an end. The Shaltari have focused the majority of their stuff here in the center. Responding to the initial deployments of the UCM. We have our Firstborn in this building. Yari's advanced on this flank. We have Braves here and Braves here. We exposed these a little too early. They took some damage, some fire from the Sabres, or from the Sabres transport and the Eagle gunship. Lost some points there. Sniper building took hits from the Ocelot and the Coyote. Then his artillery came in and landed down here, the longbows. Their transports fired here and knocked 3 points out of this building. The fast mover came across one of the small groups of legionnaires dropped out in this building. We each got 1 fast mover. Mine splashed their Raven A behind the building here. He attempted to intercept. He got 1 of his, but he was unable to intercept. Dropped the two groups of Sabres here, 2 groups of Sabres there. 1 of the Sabres was destroyed by the Caimans as they rolled on with their E10s. Between them and the Tomahawks, we were able to knock this building down to 1 damage point. There's Rapiers behind it, Rapiers behind the building here, both waiting for those War Spears to come back across. Drop the Praetorians in this building, the other one of the big groups of infantry here, and the other little group of infantry there. So right now it is 0-0. Shaltari have drawn first blood on the Raven A. But unless we tie on recon, that does not matter. So no points scored yet. We will be back when turn 2 rolls around. Turn 2 has rolled to an end. Lots of shooting, lots of searching, Terrible luck for the UCM, and odds not good for Shaltari either as far as finding objectives. We both rolled kind of poorly there. He rolled terribly. His snipers blew their building up, took 6 points, but did no damage to themselves. The guys in this building blew theirs up. We did not mark it, but did blow up and do some damage there. Here, they found a point with the Praetorians, and the Praetorians moved off to this edge. The Praetorians then, the Yaris had activated later in the turn, moved around and knocked down their aircraft. In the center, one of the Jaguars lost 2 points from the block party that's starting. All the sabers shooting back and forth. These sabers are intact. This building was destroyed by the Tomahawks, or rather the Caymans. Lost 1 saber there. Lost 2 of his 3 transports for the howitzers as they flew up. The Jaguars launched their E6 on reaction fire and knocked them down. The drones moved to this flank. 5 of the 8 drones were shot down by the Kukris after having moved out here. Fast movers crossed. We both got both of ours in. I was able to get 1. He intercepted. I failed to counter intercept and got shot down in the process. Call for extraction was played on this unit, so they are back in a transport. Let's see what else. Lost a couple of sabers there from the fire of the Caymans over the last 2 turns. What else? Lost 1 Tomahawk to the orbital laser, and lost a point out of the lead Cayman from that same orbital laser shot. Found a point here, found a booby trap here, and found a point here with the Firstborn. The Firstborn and some Legionnaires are tangled up here ready to start a CQB. And then here in the corner, longbows fired after these guys repositioned, did 12 points to the building and put one of the Braves down. So that is the end of turn 2. Lots of stuff died. We will be back after turn 3. Right now we are looking at 2-1 in favor of the Shaltari. Turn 3 has rolled to an end. The UCM played a heroic intervention here, found an objective, took the objective away, destroyed the building with the Firstborns in it over the rest of the turn. Eagle got a shot through on this Tarantula and destroyed him with a double hit. Lost 2 Yaris here, 1 from fast movers. Tried to intercept the second one, rolled a 2 again, and lost 1 to the Wolverines. Let's see, what else? Moved the gates up here and dropped infantry. The second Tarantula moved around the side of the building and destroyed the last saber there. He's under the smoke cloud. 2 of the 3 sabers here were destroyed. Lost the 3rd Raven B when it tried to cross the Jaguars field of vision, and also the last saber from that group. The infantry dropped out here into the center building. We moved up and hit it with Eldritch Energies and killed all but 1 guy from 1 base, and we got the rest of them with falling masonry. Praetorians drew a 2nd call for extraction and found an objective also and took it off the table. These infantry are moving back with an objective, so at this point it is 4-4, counting the objective on the table there. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it. This Jaguar got knocked down to 2 points. I can't remember if that was this turn or last turn. 2 Yaris here. So that is the end of turn 3. We'll be back after turn 4. Turn 4 is in the books. Lots more shots coming in. First things first, the Shaltari searched these 2 buildings, found an objective and another explosive. Between he and I, we have now blown up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. But we did find a point. We went ahead and shimmied them through the through the Haven gates and brought them into play here and here. His infantry were here before me. They looked for a point, blew this building up as well. So never mind, that's 7 buildings that we've blown up, and they shifted into the street and transferred to this structure. My Haven gate that dropped them off took a hit from the orbital laser and then from the artillery, and it is no more. It has been blown to pieces. Drones moved up, fired on this gate, and the 3 that had range of the 5 all missed. Then 2 of those drones and the last drone down here went down to the Kukris, who played a anti-grav boost to move across this building and get in position to do their fire there. Caymans moved up, knocked out the final dude there. Between them and the Ocelots and the commander, we have left this building at 3 points with 2 snipers still standing in it. Rapiers moved around behind that building to maintain their zone of denial. I moved my my flyer on here and splashed his Raven Ace, survived the ack from the Ferrum, and was just out of range of those rapiers. They moved afterward to close that zone to me for the next turn. The Jaguars knocked out the Bear. The infantry from inside moved into this building, lost 1 base in the explosion. And then their AA cannons knocked out the Eagle gunship. The gravity cannons killed 2 of the tanks there. The Caymans got the 3rd one, so all the sabers are down now. Lost another Yari to the Wolverines as they flew around. I did play Foresight early in the turn, forced his Archangels onto the table and got insanely lucky. His first one crossed this gate, did no damage, and was destroyed by the first Yari that it crossed. The second one came on, destroyed this gate, but then was destroyed by the second Yari. So with 2 shots, I knocked both of them down. Got insanely lucky there. So that was turn 4. There are 2 objectives off. I forgot he did get his objective off with the Legionnaires. So he has 2 objectives and an intel point. I have 5 intel points. So at this point it is 5 to 5. We will be back when turn 5 is in the books. Turn 5 has come to an end. We are going to go ahead and call it in the middle of this turn. The UCM started by moving their command up. They wrecked a gate right here. I forgot to leave that here, but it was splashed. They wrecked my other Haven gate here, which left me needing this Eden to get, or Spirit to get them out. We moved here and teleported guys into this building and found an objective here. He moved his infantry over here last turn. We at that point I was winning 6 to 5. So if he found an objective here and was able to stop me getting this objective off the table, it goes back to a win in his favor or a draw on objectives if this one goes to me as a point. But as many ones as we've been rolling, there's a good chance that wasn't going to turn out. But I was able to put enough damage points on this building, and I got through a little more falling masonry than I should have, and was able to kill off all those guys before he could roll that. He did have 1 man left alive after I fired my heavy group there, fired the Jaguars and the Caymans into the building. He had 1 guy left after the falling masonry. I played a quick thinking and lowered the tarantulas to the street and went ahead and fired their laser pods, and their laser pods connected with the last guy. So it will be a 6 to 5 Shaltari victory at that point. We will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Super close one. I got a lot of thoughts to punch out. I made a bad list with that few infantry, and recon was the worst one to roll up. And it was a series of unfortunate events that was allowed on his behalf that allowed me to squeak by there at the end. So 6 to 5 in favor of the Shaltari. Leave us comments below if you see things that we should have done differently, if you see things that we could have improved upon with our forces or with our tactics. And as always, thank you for watching. Come back to the Maelstrom for more. We will have more battle reports in 40K and Dropzone coming soon.